Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. We're getting ready to head over and work on the Copart boat I won with the 25 horse Johnson on it. I'm having trouble finding some barb fittings. I needed 5/16 down to 3/16 with an elbow to connect the fuel lines from the fuel pump to the carb. I kind of have a little bit of an idea what I'm going to do. Should work. I do have the proper ones coming tomorrow. It's usually a plastic elbow, but from what I've been reading online, they're known to break. So I'm just going to go ahead and convert that over to brass so I don't have any problems with it. But yeah, right now let's head over there and we're going to put a new impeller in it, drop the lower unit gear case oil change on it, and hook the fuel up on it and see if we can't get it to run. So we'll get back on here as soon as we get over to where I keep it. All right, I'm working on the water pump. This is a long shaft, so you gotta move this. These nuts up here, or these bolts rather, up here, both sides. Spray some penetrating oil here. And then you gotta remove these two bolts. And it should all slide apart. So let me get this thing apart and I'll put a new water pump in it. Here we have the lower unit off. Remove these 4 bolts, this tube. This is the piece I was telling you about on the inside that controls the gear shift. You gotta take those 2 off. Clean this shaft up. You got aluminum against metal, so it gets corroded, it's hard to get off. I'm gonna get this off and see how the impeller looks. As you can see, we got the water pump off and it is bad. So it's a good thing we're gonna put a new one on because this boat would have been overheating when we took it out for a trial run. So let me get the new one back. Let me get the new one on there and I'll show you when we get it back together. All right guys, so we're back working on the boat. We got to replace this seal and the seal below it. It's for the drive shaft. This one is tore up. So I've been waiting all week. I got new seals for it. And these seals do have different part numbers for the upper and the lower seal. So I'm going to look it up to make sure that each seal is in the right position. Obviously there must be some kind of difference in them. So let me go ahead and get these out. I don't have any tricks to getting these out. They're usually a pain. You got to fight with them. And then for driving them in, I just use a socket. I don't have any special tools. So let me get these in, and then we'll get the water pump back in. And I did get new prop seals down here. If I take the prop off, I'm not sure if I'm going to put them in or not. But first off, let me get these seals in. All right, I know I said I had no secret to getting these out, but I actually used my slide hammer. I was able to put the little piece on the end that goes in there. I'll slide hammer these out. So I know it's not really that great to show you guys, but it worked great. So that is a little trick. This is the piece I used on the end of my slide hammer. Fit down in here. Pop these right out. Perfect. Alright guys, this 459 is your top seal. The 786, that's your bottom seal. These are the old ones. They're gonna stack. As you can see, this is the bottom. These are tore up from me getting them out, and this is the top. This one holds the oil in the case, keeps the water, and this top one keeps the water out of the oil. So you got this locking the oil in, and this keeping the water out. That's why they stack them like that. So, as you can see, I got this cleaned up. So I'm gonna go ahead off camera, and I'm gonna put the seals back in, and I'm also gonna put the water pump back on. It's pretty simple the way I drive these seals in. I just used a socket and a mallet, tapped on them lightly. That's the bottom one. The top one's gonna go in like this. So I have to get a different size socket and tap that in. Alright guys, this impeller kit they sent me is not the right kit. I thought it kind of fit multiple engines, but apparently it's not. So the old one, the gaskets are in good shape. So the gaskets are real nice. I'm just going to reuse it. I'm just going to put a new impeller in it. The impeller is the same, so I'm just going to put it in here. Heard you can put soap in there. Helps put it in, get it in there easier. So let me get it set up. Alright guys, got the impeller in there. Don't forget your keyway on the shaft. Goes inside, down here on the impeller, then you slip this plastic cover over. You got to kind of fight with it. As you can see, I have nobody to hold the camera, but the impeller will turn with the shaft. The plastic housing will stay. So let me get it back together. Okay, to wrap this video up, I wanted to show you what I did with this fuel line connector. This comes out of the pump right here, and it has a little plastic elbow from the original, and it cracks. It goes back here and it hooks to a line that goes to your carb. So I got 1/4 inch with a 5/16 barb and a 3/16 barb. This is 1/4 inch right here and here, NPT. The nipple on this, there's a female right here and a male right here. So this will fit right in here like so. I have a line for it and stuff. Here's how it looks with that little elbow I made. I just wanted to show you. And everything sits nice. The reverse doesn't hit when it's in reverse. It's a nice little, clean little setup compared to plastic. And yeah, that'll take care of the plastic elbow busting that people always talk about. I see online when I was reading about this motor, but that's about it for now, guys. Having problems getting the lower unit back on. I gotta do a little more research. This water line here is a real pain in the ass right here to get lined up. Down in there it's lined up, but I got it together once and I made a little mistake, so no big deal. I just, where the shift rod goes together, there's a little piece I'll show you, and the bolt right here, the bolt missed it and it chewed up the threads a little bit. So I gotta go back to the house and use my tap and die set and clean that up. And it's kind of hard to get a socket in there. It goes in here, so it's real pain. So I might use a slotted bolt and a little bit longer of a bolt, I'm thinking, so it's easier for me to get in there. But yeah, it's gonna wrap it up. So the next time I see you guys, I'm gonna have this thing all back together. The fuel lines are gonna be 100% done. Gas tank and battery will be hooked up to it, and we'll see if we can get this thing to start. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe. I'm a mess. This thing's been a pain in the ass. I've been fighting it for 2 hours. So, all right, thanks for watching.